Hello, this is Veritas Malefica with a general energy reading for the Lionsgate portal on August 8th, 2024. I've already gone ahead and pulled the cards. I felt like I needed to do this to get a clear energy readout. And so I'm going to go ahead and go through this reading. So the first card I got in the Brotherhood of the Light Egyptian Tarot cards, I have the Six of Cups. In this particular deck, this signifies a relationship. This signifies happiness and contentment. In this particular context, we have the moon being associated with this card, the sign of Cancer and the sign of Scorpio. So for me, this is kind of like has a little bit of clingy energy where we're wanting to stay with the the situation or the emotional situation that we feel comfortable in. We want to stay in that scenario, or we have been staying in an emotional connection or an emotionally charged situation that has made us seemingly feel comfortable. Now, what I'm seeing with the rest of the cards here is that we were not actually comfortable. So, uh, this feeling of comfortability is not something that's necessarily healthy for us. If we're staying and stagnating in something that just makes us feel good, that's not going to really serve us well. The cards that I've pulled to kind of tell more of a story for the Six of Cups in this scenario, which the other deck I'm using today is the Tarot of the Ages. I've got the Five of Cups, I've got the Ace of Batons, and we have Death, both of these being in reverse. So, what I'm getting out of this message is that we've been disappointed or let down, but there's been sort of like one shining light out of this disappointment that we've been able to kind of hold on to, and something we've been able to kind of work with. We've focused on that one little thing that we can work with instead of focusing on all the cups that are upset. Um, but this was a false start. This is something that we were not meant to put all our energy into because it's just going to take that energy away. It's like you're focusing your energies on things that aren't serving you. And this Lionsgate portal is a great time to shed and to let go and to let yourself be changed and transformed into something else. But this past situation looks like we've been holding on to something that perhaps does need to shift and need to change, that we're very hesitant to let go of. I also pulled the Devil card, which is saying the same exact message here, is that we're holding on to something. We're holding on, we're trying to make all of the pieces fit together exactly how we want. But I think you're realizing that the pieces don't fit together how you'd like them to, or how they need to for us to create um, effectively. I think you're in this process of shifting your perspective to realize I do need to change something around so that I can begin to manifest. And with these cards, I see that that process is happening. You're kind of withdrawing from activities, withdrawing from other people's opinions, withdrawing from other people's interjections and feelings. You are completely focused on you and looking at this relationship or this situation that we're holding on to. We're looking at it differently and we're allowing some release to happen, to let go, because classically or historically we have not been letting go. But I think you've kind of woken up to realize in order to get into my creator mindset, my the best ability to, or with my the best ability to manifest as I can, I have to let go of some of these concepts and some of this perceived security that I have in this situation and kind of withdraw. So I feel this is all past energy that's going on. It's like you're waking up and realizing that this Six of Cups really isn't bringing you stability. It really isn't bringing you everything you want. It's kind of blocking you from your potential. And it's time to step through the gate and to change up what we're doing here, to alchemize and manifest what it is that we want. This is definitely being reiterated with the next card that I pulled, um, which in the Egyptian Brotherhood of the Light cards, this card, it does represent temperance. It's the same card as the other deck, number 14, but in this deck it's called the Alchemist. And then we also have next to that the number 9, which represents the Hermit energy. I believe in this deck. Give me one moment because she's new to me. The Sage. Yes, the Sage, which is interesting because we have the Sage, and then this card traditionally represents the sign of Sagittarius, although in this deck we do see that Taurus symbol there. But Sage, Sagittarius, just a weird connection there. Again, this deck is very different. This is also why I chose to pick the cards first, so that I had a chance to really delve into what this particular spread and context means. So bear with me here. But essentially what this is saying is that you realize it's time to create, and now you're ready to create from your own inner perspective and mindset. Another message that comes through with these cards is in this one, in order to make a change, it just takes a slow, steady pace. It takes, you can shape a rock with drops of water over time. A single drop of water can influence the flow of how that energy is going. So remember that with this. And then this card also had a message that was very similar, where it just takes one little pebble to throw a chariot off of its course. So looking at the details of things and looking at those tiny orchestrated efforts, when we put them together, we can accomplish a lot. It's just that consistent effort over time to shift and change things. Getting a very strong message too with these cards to move forward in alchemy, move forward in manifestation, move forward in facilitating changes in your life by listening to your own inner guidance and the guidance from your spirit guides, from energy, if you will. Don't necessarily take in everybody else's opinion. This is going to be a very quiet, introspective time, and that's how you're going to create effectively. I did pull for clarification and more on the story. We got the Knight of Coins came out. This card definitely drives back in that little small effort every day, that consistency, that slow and steady rate. This is coming forward to just acknowledge that and to just drive in that message of slowly we will work through these things. Let's see here. The other cards that came out with this are the High Priestess, the Queen of Swords, and the King of Batons. So I see this as we have, listen to yourself, listen to your own inner guidance, and know that things may change and not stay exactly on the path that you expect them to, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Things are being cut away from your path so that you can move forward into power and into control and into feeling like everything is going in the way that it needs to go. Okay. And now for the future. I love that we got the 8 of coins for this particular card. This card is saying in this deck, basically, stay the course, perseverance, continue to do what you're doing. Don't let other people sway you. You're going to work very slowly and steadily, building everything up in a very structured way, staying the course, which this is the number 8. We're in this 8 energy, year of 8, August 8th. We're in the 8th month. 8 is a number of structure and power and stability. This card is, I believe, this number is governed by Capricorn in this deck. So lots of structure, lots of stability. And then we have a divine counterpart coming through. So we had the King of Batons here. We manifest the Queen of Batons. So that equal energy, that balance, that duality comes together because you are not going to be thwarted. You're going to see through any kind of challenges. You're going to see through any manipulation, any issues, anybody trying to get anything out of you. You're going to see through that. No one is going to manipulate you. You're going to stand strong in your power and stay firm on your path. The next card we have is the 9 of coins, which this represents kind of like investing in this particular deck, putting our energy where, and like material energy in particular, where it's going to matter and where it's going to create something new for us. Lots of power in that card. We also have the Chariot and the 4 of Batons, as well as the Hanged Man. So this is kind of like investing our energies into things that make us feel powerful, like we are in control of the situation, like we are grounded in the situation. We have kind of everything we need around us. And this may bring about a little bit of enlightenment in the process. This may allow us to see things from a different perspective, a higher perspective, because we're focused on the balance of having everyone involved in this situation feel supported and, you know, looking at things from a very grounded perspective. When we do that, and when others feel safe in our presence, and when you feel safe with your own energies present, going through this structured, stable, kind of grounded feeling, this may create a change in perspective, a shift in perspective, a shift in what's going on in your life, a shift in plans, perhaps. And then we go into the 10 of Cups. Now, again, this deck is slightly different than a traditional deck, which, you know, I'm not saying this is bad because the 10 of Cups is always great. 10 of Cups traditionally means kind of everything you could want and dream for. The 10 of Cups in this deck is associated with emotion, and it can also represent unconventional interests. So I feel like for me, this is just very much reading, stay true to your own intentions, stay true to yourself. Even if something sounds like it's weird or out there to other people, like just keep going for it. Because if it feels right to you, that's what matters the most. This is a really powerful time for manifestation and for transformation, changing what's going on in your life to what you'd like it to be. So for me, this is just staying true to your own aims and not allowing other people's influence to you know, change your final outcome. Your outcome is going to be exactly what you want, but you have to stick to it. We do have this card of collaboration coming through, the 3 of coins. So I feel like this is like you manifesting also in this particular context. This can mean collaboration, but this can just mean all of the elements falling into place to start to create something. Like something will be in physical reality fairly soon. after this transit. We also have the Seven of Batons in reverse, which this can mean lots of things, but in this particular instance, I feel like what this is saying is let your guard down, and allow other people's energy to kind of come in at this point. As long as you stay true to like, this is the intention I'm going for, it doesn't hurt to allow other people's opinions in. I say this especially because at the bottom of the deck on this deck, the Egyptian tarot cards, we have the Four of Scepters, which this is very grounded energy. You can see it's Sun, Leo, and Leo. So this is like, this portal is here to give that energy of like, no, that's okay. Like, I'm sticking with this because this is what feels right for me. And it's not just like I'm blindly making this decision, because this pile told us everything about, oh, this isn't working, and I'm aware that it's not working, and this is how I need to change it. So you're waking up to like this everything is just light. It's shedding light and influence into, you're able to stay grounded in this scenario and see things very clearly at this time frame. Now I do have the Knight of Swords in reverse here. And what I'm reading this as is to, again, go slowly through this process. This is not supposed to go quickly. I'm getting guidance to look at what's beneath it. I think they're telling me to do that because they're all upside down. So this is supposed to be right side up, which makes more sense to me. This means, more generally, you'll get inspiration and ideas from others. That makes way more sense. I think I just set the deck down wrong. So let your guard down and let other people come in once you get to this stage. I think it's important to stick to your guns and really go from that inner inspiration, that inner guidance, in the beginning of this process. But once you get to the end where you feel like this is what I wanted and I see it and I feel it coming together and being formed, at that point, when it's already manifest in this world, absolutely allow other people in to help you, because they will have ideas and they may have some action to help out with making this come in even faster and bringing more momentum to it. So that's what I got. I hope that this resonates with you and gives you some sort of guidance for this wonderful portal. I, for one, am definitely making sure to spend a lot of time in the sun, do lots of meditation, and I'm working with the deities I'm being called to work with at this time. You'll see I have opted to use the Egyptian tarot cards, which I very rarely use. They felt very strongly like they wanted to come through because this portal actually has a lot of significance with the Egyptians, historically speaking. So, anywho, I again hope this reading resonated. Please comment, share, subscribe, like, all that good stuff if you got anything from this reading. And I look forward to bringing you more readings soon. Thank you so much.